Hey everyone, welcome back to ChaatNChat. My name is Josh.
My name is Miguel.
And we are watching Allu Vaikunthapurramuloo. This is part 3, so if you missed part 1 or part 2, then you can go check both of those out by clicking the playlist link below this video. This is the members poll winner from this week, so if you voted, thank you so much. And if you haven't, then you can head over to our Patreon page by clicking that link in the description of this video where you can vote in next week's poll. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, sharing, or like button slap చేయండి.
మన మ్యూజిక్ ఏమైనా ఉందా?
There you go.
ఏ ఆడు ఇడు వద్దా మనం ముచ్చటే చెప్పుకుందాం.
He's gonna tell the story.
Oh, she's just like, wait, what?
Hey, could start a new fashion trend. Half jacket. Man, his moves are just
Fluid.
yeah.
Cameo, but I don't
know who he is.
No. Director, maybe? I don't
Maybe.
know. We'll have to look it up. Oh, he got the half jacket too. Oh.
Mom's listening up.
Oh, I saw your
I saw
flag.
you. I saw you. Don't you fake it.
He's like, all right, we just gotta kick it up a notch. We'll get her. Is that something that happens often?
Okay, the alcohol's flowing. They got their party glass going. I like that. Yeah. Doing the half jacket. Get out of here, imposter man.
Dude, what a party, and he threw that in like a single day.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Dad's gonna try and make this a big deal. Okay, Dad, or fake Dad, you're gonna make me push this? I'm gonna push it.
నీలాంటి వాడిని ఈ ఇంట్లోనే కాదు ఏ ఇంట్లోనూ ఉండనివ్వకూడదు.
Dude, you are gambling. He's not.
వాల్మీకి ఏంట్రా వాల్మీకి బొట్టుకోసి పేరేటా నాకు నాన్న నాన్నరా నీకు నాన్న అని పిలు.
He's not gonna lie.
బయటికి పద.
He's gonna throw Dad out.
చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నిజాలు మాట్లాడి అలసిపోయి ఉంటావు. బ్రేక్ తీసుకో.
Oh, you're gonna regret this.
కిందకి తీసుకురావడానికి నాకు 25 నిమిషాలు పట్టిందిరా. అదే
Someone is standing right behind you.
చూసేస్తున్నాను. ఇక బతుకుండగా రాలేవు కష్టం.
We'll see.
రిలాక్స్.
Gonna eat those words.
థ్యాంక్ గాడ్ అంతా అయిపోయింది.
It's not though.
If more people told the truth, like, it would never have happened.
That's
What?
ominous.
Yeah, what are they doing there?
ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అన్ని అలాగే వదిలేసానా? ఆన్సర్ షీట్ బ్లాంక్ వదిలేసి ఎగ్జామినేషన్ హాల్ నుంచి వచ్చేసినట్టుంది.
Yeah, hasn't completed the story.
It doesn't feel right if people don't know everything.
ఇది కిడ్నాప్ చెబితే మర్డరు.
Well, I kind of forced their hand now. They kicked their fix-it man out of the house.
నువ్వురా సార్ పెద్దవారు మీరైనా చెప్పండి. అబ్బాయి అమాయకుడు వాడేమో దుర్మార్గుడు. అసలే వీడికి ఇల్లు ఆఫీస్ తప్ప వేరే లోకం.
Of course, he's getting in the way.
మందు కొట్టి ఆ బాటిల్లో మనీ ప్లాంట్ పెంచుతాను మీకు తెలుసా?
Oh man. It's a low-key bad boy.
Yeah.
ఇప్పటిదాకా నేనేం మాట్లాడలేదనే కదా మీ కంప్లైంట్.
He told him he'd get him to speak out in rage, right?
Yeah.
కొడితే ఫీల్ అవుతారు అంకుల్.
Oh. Okay, so when it actually is something super important to him, he's willing to stand up and speak his mind. But
మేక చచ్చింది తరాల సిరపడు పట్టు పట్టినాడ వగ్గ
So he already did it?
తరాల సిరపడు ఊరూరు వగ్గేసిన వద్దండు వద్దు
I guess we're gonna have chicken for dinner?
I think so.
Some chicken biryani?
దెయ్యాల కొంపంటే ఎడలిపి మర్రి చెట్టు దెయ్యముతో కయ్యా
So cool, so chill, relax.
గుంటలంట పడితేను బుద్ధి గుండ చేసిన
Wind him down in the ground on his own energy.
గుంటగాళ్ళు చిక్కుకొని బిక్కుమంటే వరదలో గుంటగాళ్ళు
Oh man, that guy. That smoosh.
కుంటూ పోయి విడుచుకొచ్చినాడు రోం ఇది
Oh, I thought he. No, it's just the windshield wiper.
He likes playing in the rain and the water. Keeps him clean and pure.
ఉంటే రమ్మంటే కొనురు వస్తాదు దమ్ము
It would have been funny if his glasses went and knocked the guy out.
కుమ్మిపోయాడు
It's just a dance. It's
Yeah.
a fancy dance.
It's a fancy dance.
సొరసాప ఒడుపుగా ఒంటి చేత్తు ఒడ్పుగా ఒంటి చేత్తు
Takes a hit like it's nothing.
ఎన్నికైన గట్టి పోటీ సాంస్కృతిక కండతోటి
I like the vibe, like with the background music, like
yeah.
and him doing this. It's like kind of
ఇదేను అవత
like an old legend, you know?
Oh, really, dude? You are such a wuss. Thanks, man. I love your barbecue.
It's like I worked up an appetite.
But where'd the spear go? The skewer.
Oh,
How fitting, considering that's what he did.
yeah.
ఇట్స్ యాక్చువల్లీ అ గుడ్ సాంగ్ నాయుడు
Good songwriter.
కందు పిల్లి సూపులతో గుండెలోన గుచ్చాడు
Oh yeah, he gone. Oh, that's it.
Oh, that.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, he's still alive. He's still a good guy.
ఒక యుద్ధం వచ్చినప్పుడే దేశంలో ఉన్న అందరూ కులం మతం ప్రాంతం అనే తేడా లేకుండా కలిసిపోతారు సార్
Oh.
అన్ని పక్కన పెట్టి ఒకటవుతారు అందుకే ఆ కష్టం వచ్చినప్పుడు ఈ కుటుంబాన్ని వదిలేసి వెళ్ళిపోయాను
Oh, he's like Mary Poppins.
మా వాడు ఒక్కసారి కోపడితే చూసి చచ్చిపోవాలన్నారు మీరు ఉండగానే చూపించేశాను కదా
Yeah, see, I told you. He was happy.
బయలుదేరదామా పద
He's like, this.
అంతే అంతే సార్ అంతేనా
Slap him.
You think he knows?
Yeah, I think he knows.
అంతే కదా వాల్మీకి అంతే కదా హ? నా మనవడరా
He knows. When did he find out?
అంతేట్రా అంతే వాల్మీకి నా అల్లుడు హాస్పిటల్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు నర్సు వీడితో మాట్లాడింది నేను విన్నాను
He's known the entire time, and he's played along with it.
నా ఆస్తికి వారసుడు
But you can't just give up a relation that you've raised this other child for 25 years.
True. And that's what.
ఆ డాక్టర్ని రెచ్చగొట్టాను వీడిని ఇంట్లోకి రానిచ్చాను
Oh, that's.
చెప్తాడేమో అని ఇన్నాళ్ళు ఎదురు చూశాను వీడు చెప్పాలా
Wow. It was kind of a test in a way, I suppose.
ఎప్పుడు పిల్లలు బాగుండాలని అమ్మా నాన్న అనుకోవటమేనా అమ్మా నాన్న బాగుండాలని పిల్లలు అనుకోరా
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
నాకెంతకన్నా ఏం అవసరం లేదు సార్ చాలు
He's like, who is this guy?
నేను చెప్పాను నా కొడుకు ఎలా ఉంటాడో చెప్పేది.
Oh, don't let Raj hear you say that.
ఊరుకోండి నాన్న.
Oh. Yeah, say it again.
హే రా, యేసు దగ్గరికి వెళ్దాం. కమా.
No, no, no.
Why?
పాతికేళ్ళు పెంచిన తర్వాత మీరు కూడా ఆ తల్లి బిడ్డని ఆ తల్లి కాకుండా చేస్తే అదే తప్పు చేయరు సార్.
But she wouldn't just abandon him if she found out. I don't think she'd be that type of mother. She'd still love him, but then be able to form a connection with her actual son too.
నువ్వు నాకు ఇష్టం లేని నిజం. ఎందుకంటే you're better than my son.
So she's already formed that relationship with him.
తీసుకో.
హే బంటు, ప్లీజ్.
Half of the company?
మీ వాడిలాగా రాజుని కూడా బాగా కోచింగ్ ఇచ్చి తయారు చేయండి. 5 years లో CEO అయిపోవాలి.
బాగుందా?
So they kind of like do a family swap.
ఏం మాట్లాడుతున్నారు అంకుల్? రిలాక్స్ అవుతున్నా. ఇప్పుడిప్పుడే ఆమ్లెట్ ఆంటీ వేశారు. సిగరెట్లు. యా, ఈ అట్మాస్ఫియర్ చూడండి అనిపిస్తుంది.
Oh, that's such good karma.
మీ వాణ్ణి మా అమ్మ దగ్గర పెట్టాల్సింది. కరెక్ట్గా ఉండేది.
Just the way God intended.
కొంచెం చింపేవా.
So I'm thinking that this cop is also maybe someone like a cameo.
కొడుకుని ఎవడో కొళ్ళ పొడిచాడట. ఆ దెబ్బకు భయపడిపోయి వాళ్ళు పెట్టి
He wasn't the cameo, was he?
వేసుకుంటే కానీ ఎవ్వరు నమ్మడు. అవి డాక్టర్, కార్డియాలజిస్ట్.
నీ కార్డు
Like the stethoscope is his ID. So I actually kind of like where that ended because in a way it's like everyone ends up where they belong. Like what
Where they were supposed to be.
Yeah, what their plan was, their original plan, and it means like it's almost like a fate thing,
Yes.
right? Is that their fates are, you know, aligned to go in a certain way, and if you try to meddle in that, if you try to play God, God's just going to laugh at you,
You're insane.
and it's going to end up
It's
the way
gonna-
it's supposed to be.
We'll make sure this works out.
Yeah, and it was funny. I didn't really like start seeing that till towards the end, and I was like, yeah, that's interesting because the entire time God is laughing at this guy and making his life like. And exactly what he said is, Bantu said is like, he's been suffering for the last 25 years. Not only does he have the limb, but he has a son that doesn't care for him, that he doesn't like him. And then he has to watch for 25 years his actual son go, like being raised by another family that he doesn't have control over. I mean, I don't think when he switched the kids, he really thought that through to understand how difficult his life is going to be watching someone else raise his own.
Right.
his own
Well,
son.
and there was a lot to be said about, there was the concept of class and who's above who and all, you know, and even though they were, as there was one time that someone said that they're the elite, and it's like they broke that down, that even the elite have problems, you know, and family is family, and at a certain point it was not so much about their kingdom but about the family, and that was more important than their kingdom and other things like that. So yeah, it was really interesting how we talk about fate and so forth, and you know, people often don't realize that sometimes they're where they're exactly supposed to be on the path that they're supposed to be on. And, sometimes it's very uncomfortable and very unpleasant, but ultimately you get there. The other thing that we always kind of go about or talk about is telling the truth. If you just tell the truth up front, none of this happens.
And he played by that rule, and it's true, because in a lot of situations that could have went on and been a confusing sort of situation that would have played out here and there and then running around all around in circles. It didn't, because it went straight to the point, and when everyone else didn't want to talk about the big problem in the room, Bantu was just like, hey, by the way, he had an affair. Let's talk about it. And it's like, dude, like if I was standing in that room, I would slowly back up. I'm like, all right, let's find an excuse. I'm
fading,
gonna get out of here.
I'm fading.
Yeah, and it's also another one of those things that, like, the grass is greener on the other side, right? So when you're outside looking in, it looks so much better than
perfect,
what it is. And I think that until you get up and close and look at it, and exactly what you're saying is, even these like elite class, they have their own issues, and it just because they have money doesn't mean that they're going to be happy.
Right.
I mean, for Bantu in his family who was growing up, I mean, if his dad would have been like a proper dad, I mean, I think he would have been content and happy with where he was going. He never had the intentions of like seeing that rich elite family and being like, I wish I had what they had. I mean, of course, like, you want to do the best you can in life, and you want to get to where you can. But in the end, when he had that option to come out and say, I'm actually the heir to this, and I'm going to take everything here, and you should kick him out. He didn't
want it.
He didn't. It didn't mean that much to him. All he really wanted is to, see the family and have the family together and stuff. And that was his main mission through the whole movie. So it was pretty good.
Yeah. And he got the girl.
Yeah, he got the girl in the end. Although that was like, I think if I was going to be a critic,
it got a little lost in the storyline a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit, but I think they wrapped it up pretty nicely. But if I'm going to be a critic on this, just for a little bit, I just really didn't like the start. The start, it took me a while to get into it because I really didn't like his character. And like towards the end, like how he was acting, I just wish he was that character all the way through, because nothing really happened to him where he made that change. But it was like we were introduced to him, and he was supposed to be this kind of like straightforward, like,
tell the truth guy.
Tell the truth sort of guy that does the good thing. But then the moment he meets a pretty girl, like, he starts like, and it's in a workplace. It was like kind of harassment, in a way. Like, and how he was staring at her, it was like pretty creepy. And then when she was his boss, it was like he didn't stop. And I get it's a movie and all that sort of stuff, but I think the more we downplay things like that, the more it kind of makes it like regular. Like
it becomes passable.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well then, if the more movies we start watching that make this just a commonplace thing, it's like,
no,
and so I don't like that they showed it that way through like the whole start. But then once he started respecting her, like after that meeting where he beat up that guy that was saying that he was going to take it, from then onward he became like more of a gentleman. But I just wish he was a gentleman, maybe, or have something change him.
Right.
Because all of a sudden it was just like, boom, right there. All of a sudden you're acting like a gentleman, but like, why? Like, nothing happened to you. There was no character arc there. So that's the part that I'm going to be criticizing. Because other than that, I really enjoyed the movie. I liked the theme of it. I liked what they were saying. I really liked that twist in the beginning that they switched the babies, and then like him, like, being such a crazy dad and psychopath.
Yeah.
So
very self-serving, very, and even it all started with his whole belief that he wasn't good enough and his son wasn't going to be good enough in life unless he did that. And I'm like, oh, that shows you how just ingrained with people that is. And we know that that's not true. So, he did something incredibly. And what would have happened if the baby actually had died?
Well, then he would have had that heartache with his wife, but he would have still enjoyed knowing that his son is living a lavish lifestyle that he couldn't.
Exactly.
But I think he would still end up like being not happy, through the whole thing, because again, it's seeing someone else raise your kid, and you might not approve of the decisions. Who knows? Maybe they fire him. What if he got fired and then they never wanted him back, and then all of a sudden it's like, I can't even see my son anymore. And I hope that he's doing well, but I have no idea. So it was just kind of a little
Yeah. So, and you know, there were other little spots where, you know, again, the one guy that still don't understand how he ended up with the two sidekicks that, you know, off of his sister's scarf being, you know, strangled around her neck. I thought they were gonna kill her. That's like, dude, don't do that. That's so. It's being a bully. It's being rude. It's just
he kind of put them in their place, and then maybe they were like, don't do that, and be a better person. I mean, it wasn't really focused on that, you know. And that's also why I thought that he would not be the type of person when he got to the interview when he got into the office
that he was a
to
bit more respectful.
be like harassing,
Yeah.
you know, because when he did that because they were like teasing his sister, I thought that he would be like more of a gentleman, because that's what you set the character up to be from that moment when he beat those guys up. But anyway, but the acting, I mean, so we've seen a few of these actors, but quite a few of them.
Yep.
Murli, we've seen him in quite a few roles. He's in so many movies.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't think I've ever seen him play a character like this before. So that was really fun, because it was just like the whole time he looked like he was in so much pain. You know, he's like, like, I'm just like, oh, dude, like, you need to like really relax and chill a little bit, and, you know, get that leg looked at.
Yeah, that was a very interesting thing. You know, it's like it's his physical scar that he has to endure
It's
every
his
moment.
crutch to bear.
Yeah, yep. Exactly.
And so we also saw Tabu in a lot of roles before, and we know that she can play an amazing mom. We've
Yes.
seen her as a mom quite a few times.
Yes.
So here, I mean,
I always
she does
love
it
her.
really well.
She's fantastic.
And you got really broken up over that part, like with
Yeah.
the dad and then him, and
Yeah.
then when he went and met her, and
Yeah.
then she was handing over part of her business. I mean, that really got you.
Yeah. Well, I love that whole, you know, you never ever think about it that, you know, they marry a strange man, you know, are willing to give themselves to, well, I hope that they're not fully willing to give to a total stranger, but that they know them on some level.
Sometimes. I mean, in Dadu's generation, Dadu
yeah.
didn't actually see Dadi's face until like a month after their wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, okay. So, but it is interesting that she brought up the fact that moms, and I think dads can do this too, are able to adopt others into their family and think of others as their son or their daughter, you know, or someone within their family, and accepting, you know. I mean, we have that within my side of the family, that, you know, we have some people that we consider family. You know, where I work, we consider each other family. And so that's very, very common. And I think that shows, I think, some maturity for people when they can really do that, and that very open and very giving of themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that's really fantastic when that can be done.
But I didn't like the idea that they wouldn't tell her, because if she ever found out in the future that he was her actual son, I mean, that would be something that I mean, she'd have a hard time forgiving them to hide that from her. I mean, it's great that she now accepted him as a son, like almost like an adopted son.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you're depriving her of this relationship and building this bond that she was robbed of. And you should trust her enough to know that she's not going to kick out the son that she's been raising for 25 years. Like, she's not the type of person to do that.
Right.
And, you know, it's like, what about the other mom too?
Yeah.
Why is she going to be left out? Now this other woman, because she's an elite class now, and he's going to start living with her and get everything from her, but now she has two sons, but the other mom,
Has no one?
Yeah, although at the very end we saw that he was seen, but he's just calling her auntie, and do we ever see him build that relationship to see her as mom?
Right.
We don't. So I think that this still is not an equal sort of story where it shows that even they kind of left her character in the dust. They didn't explore her relationship with her son. They showed her being sick, and then Buntu being there. But then as soon as Buntu has this other family and he's off running in a helicopter, what about when she's sick and she doesn't have her son there?
Exactly.
You know, so I mean, that to me...
very good point. Very, very good point.
So I think that's why you just need to be straight and honest with everything and put all your cards on the table and be like, look, our families just got bigger.
Yes.
Okay, it's not we're kicking anyone out. It's that our family just got bigger. Our extended family, they're part of our family. He's part of our family. Like, we have this big happy family.
Yeah.
And so I thought that is hopefully where they were going to go with it. But then when they're like, no, don't tell her, I was like, oh, dude, come on.
Yeah. Well, and nowadays, lots of people find out that people are not related that they think they were related to, and so forth, with genetic testing and so forth.
21andMe or something.
23andMe,
23andMe,
and all these other things, and you find family that you didn't even know you had, and so in a lot of ways, you're right that at some point in the future, something could happen, and very common in hospitals where blood type, and it's like, well, your child can't possibly have this blood type between the two of you. That means that
so the secret could come out at any time, and if she finds out Yashu's character, then she's going to be really upset and hurt that everybody around her knew except for her, and that she could feel like that they were playing a game with her. And I think that's a little messed up. So, but overall, I really liked it. Just the first part of him not being like the gentleman type kind of like put me off. It was a bit cringe. So I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10 because I think that there were some plot things that I wish they would have thought more of the other mom, and then tied that in a little bit. And then I just really wish they would have really nailed the theme with actually putting all cards on the table and being honest and truthful and that sort of thing. So 7 out of 10. But if you take away the cringe part, I'd probably rate it higher. But I still really enjoyed it.
Clean up the cringe.
But I still really enjoyed it. It was good. The acting all around was fantastic. I mean, we mentioned multiple times that Allu Arjun can really dance. And I mean, some of those scenes were just so much fun. So I had a really good time.
Yeah,
so what about
I did too. I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
I liked it very much. I loved some of the songs. If I can remember, Oh God Daddy, don't be a baddie. Just don't be a baddie. Oh my God Daddy, don't be a baddie.
Something like that.
You
I don't know.
make me so saddy.
Oh my God.
See, I remember
it.
Yeah, so there was some really good music numbers that played really well. The whole boardroom with the music was...
I'm actually probably going to rewatch that scene because it was so much fun. And I know he was probably playing like super like popular classics maybe or popular songs of like maybe big Telugu cinema heroes or like big Telugu cinema movies or something like that. But I'm not that familiar to know those songs. But the way he did it and like his chemistry with the other guy who was like, I think his uncle.
Yeah, his uncle. But
his
then
real
also
uncle.
his brother now, because I liked that. And even it was like they became the Three Musketeers in a way.
But the chemistry was just so amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I enjoyed that scene so much. I think if I was to pick my favorite scene of the entire movie, that scene where he's doing the whole charades and stuff was really fun, where he was being the DJ. Like, I'm like, dude, come to my party and be a DJ. Let's go. Like, he finds the song that fits the mood. Like, it was a lot of fun.
I actually personally liked the fight scene with Grandpa, where they went and beat up the dock workers. Okay,
that was your favorite?
That was my favorite, particularly since I think I had a sense that Grandpa somehow or another knew. And
he did? Oh, back then.
Back then,
okay,
I had a sense that I think he suspected something, and this was a way for him and Grandpa to bond. And what better way to, hey, this is my blood, he's backing me up, so I think it was, I kind of felt that a whole lot. So I liked it.
It was fun. I really liked his expressions through the whole thing as he sees his grandson running and like tearing through people, and he's like, yeah, this guy, my grandson's got my back. That's pretty cool. He's like, don't mess with me. My grandson's going to come after you.
Going to come kick your butt.
It was really good.
Yeah, so I like that. So, so let's wrap this up. But the one thing that I'd ask for people in the comments is, Who was the
Cameo in that song?
cameo in that one song? Because we didn't recognize him.
Yeah,
so.
maybe it was the director. They do that a lot, maybe with directors. So the directors come up.
Yeah.
But it did feel very cameo-ish.
Yeah.
And then also the police officer, because he had like this theme song whenever he came in. So it's almost like maybe he's more of a like a classical, like from like some classic movies or something, that he's like known to have like certain roles or character type.
Yeah.
So because those two coming on, so I don't know, maybe
Let us know.
they're legends or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we'd like to know that. Maybe they might be one of our celebrity spotlights on.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know in the comments what you guys thought of this movie. What rating would you give it? And keep those recommendations coming. And especially this vote. So be sure to vote, because I mean this was great, and I'm glad that this won. So, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, sharing, a like button slap chayandi.